First game week of the year underway. How's it feel to kind of transition from fall camp to more of an in-season approach?
Oh, it feels good. It feels good to be able to get ready for an opponent. It's been fun to go against our offense during fall camp, but it's fun to, scout a different opponent and get ready and just see the intensity of our team kind of elevate as we get into game week. So it's been a lot of fun.
Has there been certain offensive players that have been a thorn in the defense's foot over the course of fall camp into game week here? And if so, who are they and why?
There's some thorns, but we're good at weeding them out, I think, throughout our fall camp. I think, our offense is great. It's been really fun to get the looks from them, and I'm excited for what they're headed. And so, yeah, it's been good.
You guys got a lot of experience in the defense, especially in that linebacker group. Are you guys sort of the group that wants to set the tone in this game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think every position, especially our position, we want to be able to be productive and help our defense, accomplish our goals and take home the W. So I think every group is really amped for what we can do. But yeah,
as a whole defense, obviously to piggyback off that, a lot of experience. Can you compare where this defense was at this time last year going into game one as opposed to now, and how much maybe further ahead you guys are?
I think it's a little bit difficult to compare just because you have different guys that are filled into spots. But I think ultimately the feel of the defense right now, we're very excited for where we're at and what we know we can do. So we're excited to go show that on Saturday.
How was kind of the team taking the personality, the defense taking the personality of Coach Bray?
Oh, we love it. We embrace Coach Bray, and he embraces us, and so we have a good camaraderie with him, and just his energy influences us, and so it'll be a lot of fun.
There are a lot of veterans on that defense, a lot of guys who've been around quite a while. How does the leadership break down? Is it kind of leadership by committee, or are there certain guys who kind of take the lead that way?
I think especially this year it's been awesome. We're really trying to be a player-led team, and so I think each individual we have a lot of veterans, so I think leadership is we have a lot of leadership on our team. It's not just one guy or a couple guys. It feels like the whole defense is accountable and helps each other out and leads each other in that way. So.
And what kind of mix is it? You have more guys who are lead by example, or more vocal guys, or how does that mix work?
We got a good mix. I think there are definitely a few guys who are lead by example, who are a little bit more soft-spoken, but and then there's some guys who are very vocal, but I think it's a good balance to have a little bit of both, and so I think we have that, so it's been really, really fun to see that.
Facing a team like Boise State, who oftentimes we all know has like some type of trick up their sleeve,
yeah.
What's sort of the key to stopping a Boise State team, and when exactly do you look for some trick play?
What we always try to reiterate is, our opponents are faceless. It's about us, and it's about our keys and doing our job. So as long as, we prepare the best we can and have, locked in on our keys and our job and our responsibilities, the rest will take care of itself. So that's the mentality going to Boise State and to each opponent we face. So.
What do you think it's going to be like to run out that tunnel once again?
Can't wait. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. It'll be fun to big screen. It's huge.
Have you guys, obviously you guys have practiced in there a lot when it comes to getting used to what it's like in there right now.
Yeah.
How has that been going when it comes to the defensive side? Is that kind of
it's great. It's always fun to be back in Reeser and to, we want to defend that turf, so we're going to do everything we can to defend that.
Is there a little bit pressure or not? Because you guys were undefeated at home last season,
We were.
To kind of, like you said, defend that turf and build on that?
I won't say pressure. It's just excitement to continue that. So, anyways, thanks.
Well, first look at Boise State, veteran quarterback, a pretty good running back there in Holani. What are kind of just your overall thoughts on some of the problems they could create offensively for you?
Yeah, they're a talented offensive football team. Like you said, a veteran quarterback, a real good running back, and they got a good set of receivers and tight ends as well. So, it's going to be a good test for us and a good challenge for us, and it's good to have, and we're excited about it.
Riley just kind of mentioned, the leadership that he's seen from this defense and from the team as a whole. It's a lot more player-led. With 6 captains this year, more than you've had, have you seen that kind of player-led movement take a new form this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think the voting of the captains showed it. But yeah, there's been a lot less of us having to instruct guys and get guys to doing stuff and police guys more. They lead it. We focus on coaching, which is great to do.
And as far as that leadership, what kind of mix do you have as far as lead by example or vocal guys?
More vocal than we had in the years past. A guy like Omar's always been a lead by example guy, much more vocal than he's been in the past. So guys like that are stepping up. Once they put in the work and shown that they do it right, now they're starting to be more vocal about it, which is great.
With so much experience on that side of the ball, which group do you sort of look at, to sort of set the tone for you guys? Is it that linebacker group, or is it more of the D line or safeties making plays back there?
I see the whole thing. I think our energy and the way we play is across the board. So not one group leading the charge. Obviously, at different areas of the game, communication-wise, coverage, who's driving the coverage, who's driving the front, that changes, but every position has a responsibility that way.
What's it like to go against a Brian Lindgren offense in practice every day, and how does that help you guys ultimately when you get out there on Saturdays?
Oh, it helps. I mean, we've seen everything we can possibly see. Every personnel group, every formation, everything. So it's great. We've got a good catalog of going against these plays and aligning and adjusting things, so I think it helps us a lot.
You guys have been practicing, obviously in Reeser, and obviously it's going to be a little bit different in there with all the renovations going on. Is there any effect on the defense at all as far as like what you're getting used to, things that you have to get used to out there, eyesight, eye line, any of that kind of stuff? Or
no, I think we've been in there quite a bit since then, spring and fall, and the good thing is we're going to be right there with our student section and crowd, so the energy and the atmosphere for us won't be much different than it normally is. So I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Speaking of that crowd, every seat's going to be full this weekend. You're going to have a huge new video board. How kind of excited are you for the atmosphere that you're going to get week one?
I think it's great. That's what college football is about. The atmosphere on game day is what separates it from any other level. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's always fun to go out there with Reeser going crazy.
Playing against a team like Boise State, who we often know always has some sort of trick up their sleeve, when exactly do you sort of anticipate a trick, or is there some tendency that you look for if they're going to play a trick play?
It's really just eye discipline. There's tips and cues like any team that runs a trick play, and if my eyes are right, I'll see those things. So really drilling in the discipline of how their eyes move.
You're talking about the leadership, and you have quite a few veterans guys who can be leaders. But are there, in those key moments, are there certain guys that you kind of lean on to be leaders in those moments?
Yeah, I think the backing guy like Jaden Grant and Katan, Omar, just to name a few guys that have been here and played a ton of football for us, and they're going to bring an experience that they can talk about and lead guys through. So I think that those guys are definitely important.
As a defensive unit, are there any goals that you guys sort of set for this season that you want to get a start on in this first game?
No, I don't believe in having a goal board and all that stuff. I think every week it's a focus on the fundamentals and how you play, and our job is to keep the points down, and really at the end of the day that's the only thing that matters. And so that's kind of how we approach things. It's very focus oriented on how I play my position on that play and that call, not a goal. We got to have this many turnovers or this many anything.
Similar question, I guess, but other than coming out with more points than Boise State on Saturday, is there anything you're looking for as to, saying that, we had a successful game? You just mentioned you're not looking for a certain amount of turnovers or anything, but does it just come back to execution on every play? Yeah,
it's execution, and when I look at execution, I think of third down and I think of red zone. And so those are big areas when we're in those situations where our execution needs to be at its highest point, because that's when it's opportunity to keep points off the board and get off the field.
A bit of a statement game to start the year. What are you looking for your guys to set the tempo for this season?
Yeah, I think just go out there and play the way we're capable and be locked in, play fast, play physical, be on our work and disciplined and detailed in how we do it, and get after the quarterback when pass shows and be really disruptive in the pass game.
Well, first game week getting underway. How exciting is it to get ready to hit somebody that's not wearing orange and black?
Man, it's exciting. It's been a long time coming. We've been working hard with Coach Mack and the strength staff, so excited to get out there and see us showcase what we've been working on.
There's a lot of veterans on this defense. A lot of guys who have been around quite a while. How does the leadership kind of break down? Is it more a leadership by committee, or are there certain guys who you guys kind of count on to be those voices?
You hit it right on the point. Like you said, leadership by committee. So something that we've been preaching as a team is just, a player-led team. Not having the coaches being the ones to tell us, or hold us accountable when we're making a mistake. So it's been everybody, older guys, young guys, coaching everybody. So it's looking great.
To that point, how much have you kind of seen that develop, that player-led mindset over the last couple of years to a point now where you've got 6 captains?
Yeah. From when I first came in, like you said, it's been different. From the start of the offseason, we come back from the bowl game, you see every position group, not just 1 or 2 position groups, but every position group in the building getting extra work, whether it's film, whether they're doing extra skill work on the field, but everybody's just getting that extra work and, just trying to be better and progress from last year.
What do you see out of Boise State that kind of sticks out?
They're a great team, They're very disciplined, so we're not taking them lightly, ready to play.
A lot of times also when fall camp ends and it's over, sometimes there's maybe an opportunity to pump the brakes a little bit, but how do you guys make sure to keep the foot on the gas when you transition from fall into game week this week?
Honestly, just knowing that just because fall camp is over, that's not the end of football, the end start of the new season, so it's a lot more to do.
I'm sure you guys don't talk about going undefeated at home last season, but how important is it for you guys to, defend home turf and start off this season with a big win like this?
It's very important, like you said, we went 6-0 at home last year, so that was big for the program. We're trying to keep that streak going and, look at opener week 1 and win week 1.
What kind of message does this defense want to send, under this full year under Trent Bray?
What was that?
What kind of message does this defense want to send, under a full year under Coach Bray?
Just to attack, let it all out and don't play. Know that everybody behind you is playing for you and playing for one another. So as long as everybody knows their role and knows their assignment, then we should be out there playing fast. And we know that mistakes will happen, but as long as we're playing fast, we know that we'll be able to clean those mistakes up.
You talked about there being a lot of leaders, but in those key moments in a game, are there going to be just a few guys that you guys kind of lean on to be those voices, in those moments?
Like I said, it's very player-led, so every man knows what their assignment is and knows what they have to do. So being able to hold one another accountable is really all that matters. The coaches shouldn't be the ones to have to say anything. So yeah.
Sort of piggybacking on that, you guys have so many experience at every level of this defense. Is there a certain group that you guys want to sort of set the tempo, whether that be the secondary or even the linebacker group?
In the secondary room, we always just hold ourselves to a different standard. We look at everything goes through us, so we have to be on point no matter what, every play of the game. So I wouldn't say we hold it on us. We know it's a whole defensive unit, but as a secondary, I know we look at it as everything goes through us. So just our standard in the room, that's how we trying to take it. But we know it's a defensive game, and the whole defense, it needs all 11 players for us to be able to work.
You've had a lot more time now with Coach Bray as the head guy there in the defense. In what ways can you tell me that his personality kind of reflects itself out of you guys and the defense that you guys bring?
Oh man, his energy is amazing. His personality, he comes to work every day, on fire, ready to work, and he's giving us his all. So we can't do anything but give him our all in return.
Heading into this first game, does it feel like you guys are anywhere different than you were a season ago?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Like you said, we're a veteran team. We have a lot of returning guys, so we know the standard and we know we have to get done here to win. So we're just trying to continue to build off those from last year and come in week 1 and get us a win.